Network. So we're gonna discuss a bunch of things with Keep Positive, CEO at RewardX. Then, but bunch of things like if you've been in the crypto space, every new blockchain ecosystem faces the same chicken and egg problem. You track projects without liquidity, and you can't get liquidity without projects. So it's like a chicken egg problem. Today, we are talking to someone solving that for Vara. So, hey, welcome. Keep positive.
Hello, hi everyone. Happy to be here. Thanks for the opportunity. And let's dive into it.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, as I like seeing your journey, so you have been in the crypto space since 2015, then
Mhm.
started with mining, managed DEXs, build ZK products. Then what made you decide to actually build RiverDex, and why now? Like why it's the right time to build it?
Um, I've been in the space for quite some time now. Kind of touched every aspect of it, and mm, a lot of things I did from the user side, of course. Besides um, from the managing side and working in different types of companies. But I saw, especially with Dexes, that there's a lot of things today that can be done better, and other products that I would love to see as well added to Dexes today. So I thought, okay, so why am not seeing it happening right now? Why wait until someone else does it, and why not do it myself? So I decided, yeah, instead of being on the sideline and wait for someone to do and come up with some other products and other incentives, why not just build my own thing? And that was the reason that stood behind RiverDex, and why going ahead and building my own decks. As well I believe a lot of everything has to do with decentralization, as you can see with a lot of the hacks that were happening, and a lot of uh, issues that have to do with centralized exchanges. Um, I think there's a lot of room for decentralized applications, and um, and there's a lot of ways to even make um, the user experience more smoothly and more easier. Because in the end of the day, we want to have adoption uh, bigger than what we see today in our crypto space. Still today in 2026, a lot of people are still not native, are still a bit hesitant when it comes to crypto. It's not what I was in the beginning when I entered this space. I thought like, in 5, 10 years, everyone is gonna use it. It's gonna become like so easy. But you see today, it's still not there. Like a lot of people are aware of crypto and all of the things that it brings, but still, like the normal folk can find it a bit complex. So that's also one of my goals, is just like making slowly the onboarding even easier and simpler. But yeah, make a long story short, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that makes sense to be honest, because being in the space from 2015 to now, you see a bunch of shifts, and then towards Dexes as well, and then seeing all these problems, and then coming up with the solution to build it out yourself. It's a great move. So yeah, there's dozens of chains you could have deployed on. Where what specifically, why did you choose Vara, and what does Wasm execution and the actor model that Vara offers gives you that EVM chains don't in the current scenarios?
Yeah. So there was a few things that helped me come with a decision of launching on Vara. Um, Starting with, first of all, from a business perspective, um, it's better to launch an application in a place that is more new. Um, it gives us a better chance to build something meaningful early, and it's not crowded like other chains. So there's the saying, it's always better to be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in a bigger pond. Um, so that was on the business perspective. More about Vara itself, the technology is very, 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 very good. The fact that it's on Rust and Wasm. Also, the fact that most of it is built on Rust itself also um, tackles what I said with onboarding to the crypto space, where most of the chains today normally use EVM, that is more native language, which is Solidity, but Rust is more worldwide language, you can say. And uh, I saw also the foundation works very closely with projects and gives them a lot of support and a lot of direction, which a lot of other chains today, you don't hear nothing from a foundation. You're pretty much by yourself. Uh, and yeah, Vara, I believe that on Varo RiverDex can become a core pillars of the ecosystem. It can attract strong support and grow as a big player in a market that is still has a real room to win. So those are the pillars, you can say, that made me choose Vara other than the other chains.
Yep, 100% agreed, because you can keep tech aside, and then you have support, then you have community that gonna test your products, they're gonna use it in the long term. So, and what you are building, it's one of the leading techs on Vara. Then yeah, doing great work. And towards Rust, yes, it's the greatest programming language ever. So, and people don't have much friction if they are already coding in Rust, and they can easily build on Vara using Sales framework. They don't need to write boilerplate code again and again. They can just build it out with AI agents and a bunch of other toolings that we offer. So yeah, coming to the ecosystem part. So the Vara and Ethereum bridge is live, as you know. Then you have Vara, ETH, USDT, USDC. So how does that change what possible for RiverDex? Because now you have much more broader rooms and too much try out things and onboard more users. And how you see in that scenarios the ecosystem play.
So of course, Vara if bridge is something very crucial for our ecosystem, because it brings the bridging of Ethereum assets into our layer. So that will help a lot with attracting liquidity and also onboarding projects from different ecosystems. Regarding the Ether USDT and Ether USDC, sorry, Varo USDT and Varo USDC, this is a very, very important um, asset to have on any chain, because these are the pillars that help any ecosystem to grow and for DeFi to thrive. And having all of those three right now are very, very important, and they are what will also pump uh, our ecosystem um, even more.
Yeah, 100% makes sense, to be honest. And towards you mentioned about bunch of different assets that currently supported. And so as you talked about, like you have said, like you can integrate bunch of other projects that are already building on Vara. So how you are gonna work with other like projects like V Street and that a project already exists on Vara right now?
Yeah, so of course, we aim to become the go-to place to launch their token, and of course provide liquidity. And we're working with them on once we go on mainnet, of course, you can see also now on testnet, some of them do have liquidity pools that they currently run on testnet. So of course, when mainnet will go live, same goes for that, having them coming and providing liquidity, and of course helping them with their token launch. So this is something that we're targeting for, of being the go-to place um, for projects on our ecosystem to come, launch your token, as well as providing liquidity. Um,
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, so just coming back to the UX question. So you mentioned that you in the crypto space for from a very long time. At
Mhm.
that point of time, there was a huge friction, onboarding more users, getting more like interactions with the dApps. It's much more harder. Then
Mhm.
how does like Vara's near gasless environment change how you think about UX and fee structures on RiverDex?
Oh, I think it's much more easier and straightforward than what it was back in the day. Of course, there's always places to uh, that we can, make better. But from what we see today, especially if we take it and compare to different chains, I think this one is much, much, much more easier for the starting user. It will cost him much less on doing mistakes and the learning curve if he's early to this space. So instead of spending a lot of money on gas doing stuff that he's not even sure that he knows what to do here, he can save a lot on that. And of course, um, the other things he wants to do on RiverDex or even the Vara ecosystem itself are pretty straightforward. The UI UX is very, very easy to understand, and I think we came through a long way from where we were like a few years ago, and especially in the end of the day, it's especially in crypto. It's not only the UI UX; it's also how much money will it cost me the learning curve. So the fact that here we have the cheap gas and the quickness of transactions, that also helps a lot with the learning curve. That back in the day, it could have cost us a lot just to try and play and see and understand what is a DEX, what is a lending protocol, and all of that stuff. So this is very, very user friendly, and it's much needed in the space today if we want to also attract other users that are not from Web3. This is like my take on that.
Yeah, 100% makes sense. So anyone who's listening this for the first time, RiverDex is live on testnet. You can test it out. The
Mhm.
whatever features that Keep Positive mentioned, you can test it out, share some feedbacks, and you will love it for sure.
Mhm.
Then, let's get. We talked about a bunch of things about how the Vertex is, how you build, why you choose Vara, how the user onboarding looks like. Now it's time for real testing. So let's test it out. How we can let other people actually use it. So let me just share my
You
screen.
know what? Yeah, that you go ahead and test it. I
Sure,
think.
sure. Can you just see my screen?
Let me. Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah, so you are right now on the swap,
Yep.
um, WBTC to WEFR. That's the
Okay,
wrap.
so I connected my wallet here, everyone. So it's not like every time it's already connected. You need to connect your wallet. You can like
Which wallet are you using right now that you're connected with?
about what?
Which wallet are you connected with?
Sub wallet, yeah, sub wallet.
Sub wallet. Okay. Yeah, just to make it clear, you have a lot of not a lot, but you have some options. You have the Poco.js wallet. You have a sub wallet, of course. You have also Talisman, which is pretty user friendly, that I like a lot. Go into the trade. Yeah.
Into
Swap. Do you have
trade.
a yeah?
So I have T-Vara. You can get it from
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
faucets, and I want to just like swap it for USDT. I already did for like USDT, wrap USDT. I want now do for USDC. So I'm
Okay,
gonna.
another thing that I would like to point out, and this is out of my own, you can say, borns in
Okay.
this industry. Do you see that it says RAP USDC and RAP USDT? In the past, a lot of, not a lot, but some DEXs used to show USDT and USDC, but they didn't point out that it's wrapped.
Yeah.
And when people, there was like depegging of one of the assets or some vulnerability. For an example, if we take the multi-chain hack, whatever that was, you had a lot of dexes on Phantom and on SolarBeam. On what was it?
Okay.
Moonbeam.
I swapped to RAB USDC. Yeah. So I will be able to see my balance. You can see it here. It's like near instant. I didn't had any USDC. Then now I have my USDC that I recently swapped. Yes. Yes. Please continue. Keep positive.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So what I was about to say is that only after the incident happened, people realized that their USDC slash other stables were actually compromised, and they were thinking, "Oh, but wait, I have USDT. Why? Well, how come my USDT is depegged if I bridged from one chain to another?" Because they weren't aware that the USDT itself was a wrapped pegged USDT and not the actual USDT.
Yeah.
So this is like something that I know today it's like obvious, but again, you have some people in the space are quite new, and it's important to make everything straightforward so they know.
Yeah, I mean, transparency is the key. You
Exactly.
don't need to hide anything. You can just list it out, whatever assets are live that are supported. And you can easily do that. Once you go towards trade, you can see this like page, and then you see how much testnet Vara. And once it's mainnet, you will see the real Vara. It has BTC, USDT, RAB USDT, RAB USDC, and
Hmm.
then some custom tokens from the projects that are, because RiverDex closely working with other projects, so that project's token will be tradable on RiverDex. So it's pretty collaborative. And also, what's next? On
Maybe, sorry for interrupting, maybe just for fun, because this is also a big key of the deck. Go into pool,
okay, just a second. So I go to pool. Yes.
and then create a new position. Yeah. And
Okay.
here is like, the main thing today that you can play with is like creating pools, handling liquidity, or creating your own pool. So yeah, if you don't mind, you can go ahead and show like the simple user how it looks like and what
Okay.
exactly you're
Uh,
doing.
very basic overview about how you can create a pool. You can create like add your token number one, token number two. I'm using Vara, and then token is USDC, and then I'm click on adding liquidity. So I'm just sharing the screen, but my wallet is popping up. So I will be approving few transactions, and in that you will be seeing the pop-ups here. So
No,
it shows that success, liquidity added successfully. It's how fast it is. Can you see that? So
yeah,
uh,
beautiful.
yeah, it's awesome. So you see the pair here, and then you see the liquidity, then you see the rewards, then you see the pool share. You are a LP. You're providing liquidity to the pool, so you will be having some rewards as well. So how fast was that? Keep positive. Great
That
build.
was crazy fast.
Yeah, great build. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to me to test it out on the Vertex?
Your position. Oh, go to explore.
Okay, just a second. I go to explore.
Yeah. So go to pools. Yeah. And
Okay.
here is like other pools that are currently open. You can go on top and just show how like you can add your own
Oh,
activity to
wow.
the pools. Yeah.
So I'm acting like a beginner because someone who is coming to your decks will be like a beginner. So
Correct.
there are already created pools. Someone
Correct.
can come and provide liquidity to these pools, and they will be getting some rewards, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Pretty great, guys. Gaia project on Vara and other projects. You will be seeing a lot more pools and pairs here. So after that, coming back to what's next. I mean, we see the what you guys built, why you guys built, and then the current build, which is live on testnet. So, what does the Rivertex roadmap looks like? When's mainnet? What's liquidity incentives are planned for the community? And then what's trading pair will be live at the launch when you guys gonna do this?
Um, so we regarding the le- going live, we are currently in the final process of actually finalizing anything from our side. Also, um, um, building the strategy of what liquidity pairs should be launched and the incentives around them. Um, I can tell you, of course, you will have like the tier ones assets, of course, in the beginning as a main thing that every deck needs for is liquidity pairs such as BTC, ETH, USDT, USDC, and VARA, of course. We will have around a few, 3 to 4 ecosystem projects just in the beginning with their own pairs. When it comes to incentives, yeah, we're actually building a very, very liquid uh, incentive program for those liquidity and for whoever is gonna provide liquidity. Also working on having. Oh,
Shit.
hello.
Yes, no issues. You can just keep continue. I'll just ask ask Michael to just cut it out.
No,
Uh,
where did I finish? To just answer the
you finished about incentive program. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so yeah, we're building a very lucrative incentive program, which will provide more than just one incentive for some of the pools. So there is a lot of things to look forward for. I I I don't want to give a date and then to retract, but I believe we should be up and running right now in the next month, hopefully, if everything aligns well. And yeah, I don't want to share too much because I think that's something that should
Yeah.
be announced really close to the dates. But there will be very lucrative incentive. The pools will be, of course, you will have tier one pools, you will have low risk pools, and you will have ecosystem pools. And the incentives will be interesting. Interesting. This is something to watch for. So yeah, that's what I can share with you so far.
Awesome. Yeah. So everyone keep watching. So can't give all the alphas in this short video, not the short, but still. So a quick rapid fire. What's the biggest risk for DeFi in 2026 you see right now?
The biggest risk,
Quick fire.
sorry,
Quick fire round. Yeah.
quick fire.
Yeah. You need to just give out the smallest answer, like the biggest risk that you see.
Okay. So ask me
Yeah.
again.
What's the biggest risk you see for DeFi in 2026?
AI.
Yeah. Okay. Good one. So pretty great. So one thing that centralized exchanges still do better than any decentralized exchange, and what do you think about it? And most underrated part. So just one thing. What centralized exchanges do better than decentralized exchanges?
So wait. You asked me if, a lot of questions. So the question right now is what centralized exchanges do
Do
better
better than decentralized exchanges? Yes.
than decentralized exchanges?
Yeah.
Mainly the onboarding.
Yeah. Yeah, the UX part, oh, obviously.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what's the most underrated part of Vara ecosystem right now?
The the speed.
Speed.
Mm, yeah.
Awesome. So, where can people follow RiverDex and try the testnet?
Okay, so you can follow us on Twitter, on Discord. Um, our You can go into our website riverdex.io, and you will see here there are socials, and just by the socials decide which channel you prefer, if it's Discord or Twitter, um, GitHub, whatever works for you.
Okay.
And what else did you ask?
That's it. I mean, we had a lot of questions and you answered it perfectly. So, thanks for joining this. And we're going to share the links, everything related to community, related to incentive programs, and all these things on the when we will share this. So, thanks a lot. Keep positive for joining this and sharing more about RiverDex.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for hosting me. Wishing you guys a happy week ahead. And yeah, and let's fucking go, as we say in this community.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Bye bye.